A lot of okay, one way that problem is perpetrated, like Kelvin has said, is through frustration, pressure. And I think you've also alluded to it, pressure. However, if you go a little deeper below the surface, fatherlessness is a problem. Fatherlessness. A friend of mine went to the demand prison in industrial area, and many of them are there because of robbery with violence, whatever. And he was speaking to them. He was actually preaching, and he asked towards the end, how many of you here grew up without a father? And almost all the hands went up. So that told him something. Fatherlessness is an issue. The other thing that I also think is a problem, that fatherlessness many times produces people who have this spirit of rejection. I'm rejected, I'm not wanted, dad never wanted me, dad never wanted mom, look at. And one of the key outlets for a rejected person is a short fuse. And that short fuse, usually there's anger, there's temper, there's rage, there's violence. It's uncanny. It's as though you can draw that line. If I've got rejection and fatherlessness, even in school I had a friend who, it didn't take long before he socks you on the cheek. Because you said something that he thought was so innocent, so simple, but he took it in a bad way. So for me, those are the deeper issues I'm seeing. And Faith also alluded to the mix of society. Society is so jumbled up. And a man is more physical than a woman is. So naturally, if a man cannot speak, because women are better at speaking than men, the next thing to do is to beat this lady. Beat her into shape, because that's all I have.
True. Thinking about it in terms of how I've seen more single mothers coming up, and they're okay, they're fine, they're like, he left, we'll do this by ourselves. But I think sometimes we need to understand probably why this person left, because there's always a reason to something. And most times we hear alienda too, but we've not figured out, probably he was going through a hard time that no one took time to listen. And I'm not saying he was right by leaving or they were right by leaving, but I'm simply saying that at times we need to hear also and hear why this had to happen. And I know many young men who grew up with their mothers, one, they become protective over the ladies, okay, because this is someone they've known to, like, when they see a lady, this is like a mom. So they try and protect them, which most times dudes are like, we use the mama syndrome, sorry to say that, and people start pointing fingers and saying, who you squeezy, and even when you start showing the emotion, because you've been with your mom, you've seen her cry, meaning she's showing you that crying is fine. So when you start crying around your friends, they're like,
Mama's boy.
Mama's boy. So you're being labeled, which it's not their fault, as Micah said. It's not their fault. It's where they grew up, how they grew up, and this is all they've seen growing up. Okay, so they've taken more from their mom rather than from their dad, who's not there, who's not present at that.